Alright, welcome back. We're going to be talking about the Cephalon Simaris and all of his stuff. Probably branch into other things about the relay kind of offerings. Might be a two-parter. There's a lot of stuff. And it might spawn its own series of other videos. We shall see where my squirrely brain takes us. So, alright, so there are multiple things on each relay that are cool, useful, and do things. One of the most useful, however, is Cephalon's Mars. Um, and you get standing by talking to him and getting a quest. So, you ask for targets. You can learn how to do to perform synthesis, attempt Sanctuary Onslaught, or trade medallions for Sanctuary Standing. That one's kind of a newer one, with the prevalence of universal medallions being able to be traded now, or not traded. From Barricatiers, 50k cash, you can get universal medallions a lot easier. So, generally, asking him, "Do you have any targets?" is how you get the standing for him, and then by performing scans. Which the easiest way to perform scans is you start out by getting synthesis scanners for 5k credits and kinetic siphon traps for 5k credits, 25 and 10 respectively. General thing is, when you find his target, which you find it by using the scanner to follow a little blue and orange helix trail, essentially, around a map to wherever a target is. Back up quick. If you have a synthesis target that you're going after for Cephalon's Mars, the beginning of the mission, he will say, "There is a synthesis target here, Tenno. Capture them so that we can contain." Yeah, he rattles on a little bit. That's when you know synthesis scanner time and the traps. Now, if you're really good, you might not need the trap, or if you're with a group of Tenno, you might not need it. But basically, you using the synthesis scanner track down the targets, scan them, and that's how you get the standing. Generally between 3 and 5k, depending on level of difficulty, whether or not you're in the steel path, and what type of target you're after. Oh, cool. It boosts. That's nice. So mastering. Anyway, so that's the basics on how you get the standing to do things. This is also how you get, or just scanners in general are how you get the information for the next big thing that he has, which is the simulacrum access key. That's going to let you test out weapons and frames and abilities in a somewhat controlled environment that is not going to hurt you at all. Maybe your pride if you make a bad build. I've been there. Everyone has been. Anyway, in regards to scanning for him, though, the widgets that he has here are really useful. The vector thread widget is one of the better ones. Honestly, the first one I'd get, because it reduces the time required to scan a target with a synthesis scanner. And then the soul battery widget recharges synthesis scanner charges. That makes them free. And then the other two are kind of just nice quality of life, chance each scan counts for double. That's when you're like hunting down a target. You're just kind of scanning people to get their information, be able to use in the simulacrum. And the data parse is that they will show enemy weaknesses and resistances. I don't know. I got it because I wanted all of them. It's also the cheapest of them. Don't know why. Anyway, the big reason that one, Cephalon Mars starts with you being able to get 125k standing, where everyone else has none and is regarded as neutral. You're always neutral. You cannot make him mad at you and go negative. You also can't move it up. But he's got a lot of things about scanning and things like that. He's got a couple of scanning tools and weapons, but the main thing that he's useful for is any quest item that you would get from doing quests, and if you accidentally sell it or it gets deleted or anything like that, can be bought here. And this is really important because you know the likelihood of you doing it on purpose is both is and isn't high, but it exists. So with the risk of that being, a problem, the problem, take that as you will. It's really useful. And then my favorite thing is he sent us companion weapon riven mods. This is the reason why my Helios kills more things than I do, on average. Which is fine for me. I don't really care about that. Anyway, so we've covered the shop. So after, say you do quests, you have everything, and you finally get access to the simulacrum key. You come over to here, and this is where you can access the simulacrum. Which, yeah, we'll do it. So you start off with the Citadel simulacrum. It's the standard one, and then there are multiple other ones, and the other ones have things that say like, oh, you can be set 25 levels above standard maximum. So there is a maximum level cap normally. And so these ones, if you have them, are 25 above. That means you're going to be able to fight, on average, harder copies, essentially, to test out your weapons and your frames to be higher damaging. The other thing is that the terrain changes. So you can also test with different, covers, distances, and things like that. I really like the ballroom simulacrum. It was one of the first ones we got after the Citadel one, and I like it because it's nice and open. So that's when I make my simulacrum videos, that's the one we're going to be using. So, but I think that's going to be in the second video. So let's finish covering just everything else about. Oh, nice. So if you have are master rank 30 or other people are master rank 30, you can go to what's called a True Master's font in the thing and bestow basic blessings to people. It's really useful. It's also why people hang out in relays a lot. So over here are the mastery rank tests where you can do a practice run, replay, or say, you've gotten up to mastery rank 18 and you want to test, see what the 19 test is going to be like. You can do that. You can practice the tests before taking them. Highly recommend this if you have taken a bunch and they fail. You can also find out what the maximum are. It looks like Legendary 8 has been planned. Which is kind of cool. So, like for me, let's see, L5. So, Legendary 4 test, I've passed. So, I could, when I get to that point, I could try taking the Legendary 5 test. So, I don't have enough XP to try it, but I could try taking it before I actually do it. Which is going to be helpful because that one, from what I've heard, sucks. But anyway, so that's the other really cool thing about Simaris' room is you can test out your mastery ranks, the test for it, before committing to actually doing it. Because there's a 24-hour timer every time you take a mastery test, which, if you can't do it, it kind of sucks. I don't think this is. Oh, this is your research one. So he has research quests that are permanent ones rather than his daily ones. So you can always find enemies using them. And there are some interesting story bits that you can find out with that too. So they're kind of fun. Okay, so that's gonna be it for this video. Part 2 will be me going over the simulacrums kind of controls and things. And then maybe a part 3 doing the rest of the relay. I don't know. But that's all for now. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this is helping someone. And everyone just have a fantastic and wonderful day. Thank you.